second, you guys were moving pretty well and playing pretty well, but what happened in the first period?
We take a couple penalties. The power play is pretty good, and obviously, we get a couple quick there. And I thought when we were 5-on-5 in the first, we were fine. But give them 2 quick power plays like that, they find life and gives their top guys confidence, and you get to feel the puck early. So. From that point, you're just kind of behind the 8 ball. Got to find a way back into the game. I thought our response in the second was great. Even the third, I thought we were good. Disappointing, obviously. You can't spend that much time in the box and expect to win. So it's just kind of one of those things where I felt like just gave their top guys a little bit of too much life, and every time they're getting a power play, their team's getting energy off it, and especially when they score.
Do you feel like even at the end of the first period, you guys sitting here going, hey, we got 40 minutes. There's still a lot of hockey to be played, even though it's 3-0?
Yeah, we've been behind before. We know we can score and find our ways back into games. It's definitely not the position you want to be in, but I think we just looked at it as an opportunity to see what we're made of in here. And I thought that push in the second was really good. And then obviously I thought in the third there, they get another couple power plays, 4-minute off mine, and that gives them life. Obviously deflates our team, so that's kind of what I saw there.
Your team had 3 losses in a row. How does this team now need to reset and do it quickly to play tomorrow?
Yeah, I think we're all right. Obviously we play tomorrow, so just a short-term memory there. Just turn the page and move on.
Do you like that, to get a game right away, just to get this out of your mouth and just to get another game started?
Yeah, we're in a good spot. There's no reason to dwell on it, especially, like I said, we play tomorrow, so just move on and be ready for tomorrow and focus on that, and putting together a full 60, and obviously we'll learn from tonight and move on.
What has allowed you to be so good in the second game of back-to-backs? I think you're 7-1-2 in the second game of back-to-backs. What has allowed this team to be so good at that?
I think when you're playing back-to-back, the second game, it forces you to be simple. I think it's just a mindset. If you commit to playing simple, usually you'll have success. Obviously a lot harder physically on a back-to-back, so I think anytime you try to do too much, it just makes the game harder on yourself. So I think anytime we can just simplify and move pucks north and put it behind them and go to work, get our forecheck established, it gives us success, and that's usually when we're at our best anyway. So all the other creative stuff opens up off all that simple stuff that you start the game with and wear teams down with.
Frustrating first for sure. I think I've been saying it all year. We're going to hit adversity at some point, and we got a long, sustained stretch of really excellent play, and now we're hitting a little bit of adversity. And the way we responded in the second was extremely positive. I could have stopped a few more in the first. Maybe it's a different game. There's a million different sliding scale factors that contributed to that first period. But it is what it is. We have to move on. We can't dwell on it. And the reality is, like, we're still in a good position, and we just need to nip it in the bud right now and move forward. And that's really critical. And we've been talking about it all year. That great mentality. And just moving on to the next game, and that's what we got to do.
How does this team move on? How does this team reset quickly for tomorrow?
Yeah, probably a blessing, to some degree, to be playing again tomorrow. It's not fun to obviously sit on games like that. That being said, again, we're hitting a bump in the road right now, and we're going to see what we're made of here, and we need to put our foot down on the gas and just kind of reset, I think, and reassert ourselves, and that's the name of the game, and that's what being successful this time of year is about.
How do you reset when a period like that goes for you? Because you did. After that you were fine, but how do you reset yourself after a period like that?
Yeah, well, that's part of it. It's happened before, and it's going to happen again. So you just have to move forward and do your best to win the game and try to put yourself back in a good headspace. And there's no secret recipe to it. It's a lot of experience, a lot of really bad first periods that I've had, and so you just got to learn from it. Try to have a fantastic, productive day tomorrow, and get a good night's sleep tonight. And the sun's going to come up tomorrow, so we can't dwell on it. We need to, like I said, just move forward, and we got a big one, huge game again tomorrow. So great opportunity ahead of us.
Thank you, Alex.
Rasmus, it took you guys 20 minutes to get going. Your second period was good, but what happened in the first where you guys just went down?
Yeah, that's unacceptable. They came out really good. They scored 3 early, and it's hard to come back from that. We need better first periods. That's for sure.
You guys got 8 minutes of good sticking penalties today. You guys did take a lot of penalties, and they did get a couple of power play goals too, which by the 8 balls. Just too many penalties tonight.
Yeah, I don't know how many penalties they got, but we got to stand over the box. We know that.
How does the messaging after a few losses compare to how you would say in October, November, considering where you guys are in the standings?
Sorry, is that again?
How does the mood and the messaging change after a few losses now, with where you are in the standings?
Tomorrow is going to show what type of team we are. We have to show ourselves that we got to dig ourselves out of this. This is unacceptable.
Rasmus, you guys have been good in second games of back-to-backs. You're 7-1-2 in the second game of back-to-backs. What has allowed you guys to be successful so far this season in that second game?
Not sure. I think when we keep it simple, compete, do the little things right. You have to do that on a back-to-back, and we have successfully do that.
Rasmus, you guys have played with so many leads lately. With these 3 games, you've been behind. You've scored, given up the first goal. How tough is it to not be playing from in front when you guys have been doing that for so long?
Yeah, it's different. You gotta take a little bit more risk, and we don't like when we're in that position. So we gotta have a better first period. We can't come out like we did today.
What did work in the second period that got you guys back on again?
Guys were skating, competing over the puck, making plays. Don't be scared of making mistakes. Just go. When we have that mentality, that's when we're our best.
Did you still have the mentality? I know you hated you were down 3-0, but after, did you still feel there's still 40 minutes left in this game? We still have time to get back into this.
For sure. I honestly thought that we were going to come back. That's the mentality we have in this group, and we just got to continue to have it.
What are the adjustments you can make when you've got 2 straight games now where teams are putting pressure on you right out of the gate?
Sorry.
What are the adjustments you can make to kind of reverse that pressure that you had?
We got to be stronger in front of our nets, keep it a little bit more simple, excellent mentality, just simple. I think get the puck deep and stuff like that the first period, honestly.
Thank you.